Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Mystic Quest, and when last we left off, we visited Sibir in Lorim after freeing the people of Lorim from the curse of Kari, or is it Kari? Who knows, eh? And we got the Bone Key. The Bone Key is going to be used in this door, which leads to the dungeon within the floating rocks. It took quite a while to get to this dungeon, because it's a long walk to reach here. Along the way we found a few weapon shops and an item shop, and we also found another shop that sells the usable magics. We have a few nice things now. We have a Thunder Spear, which we're going to swap here for the Wind Spear, because we don't need that anymore. And we have a nice selection of armour too, with an ice suit of armour and an ice shield. Very ice indeed. Unfortunately, we can't have Chocobot come with us in this dungeon, so we're just going to equip the Bone Key and head further in to find the legendary sword. And by further in, I mean we're just going to go in. Wait for me. Chocobot at this point is half expecting that statement, and so was already waiting. And if you want to know how good the Thunder Spear is against the enemies that we've been finding in the ocean, you're about to find out. Here's one of them, and now it's dead. We don't actually want to have the Thunder Spear equipped for quite a bit of this dungeon though. We want the Morning Star, because this dungeon has a definite focus on hidden passageways that lead to other places. And to find those hidden passages, you need to use the Morning Star. Might as well equip the Cure Magic here, and then hit these enemies that will take one hit to die. Over here is a way that we can progress, but we're going to head in the opposite direction so that we can find extra goodies. Maybe, or we'll just find some really easy to defeat enemies. We're going to find a lot of easy to defeat enemies. What is in here? The answer is, it would seem absolutely nothing. So we're going to hit these walls here. Nothing there. Nothing here, and nothing there, so we need to backtrack and head back to the area where we were at before, so that we can move forward. And these enemies respawn relatively quickly. I have no idea why, but now they are dead. Hitting this wall, we're going to move onwards and find these enemies here. What is in here? But a grand total of one enemy. And does this enemy guard another way forward? Well, if we can hit this enemy, we'll find out. Anything here? No. Anything here? No. Anything here? No. There is nothing in here but a room where you fight one enemy. And there's nothing there either. Moving on. Here is a quite simple puzzle. We want to get rid of all these enemies first. Let's equip the, does the Thunder Spear work against them? The answer is no, but it's really good at hitting the enemies behind the eyes. There we go, we'll now equip the Silver Sword here to take care of you. Always useful, the Silver Sword, and getting that much more powerful with every single level that we gain power. A few more hits and you are gone. And I think using fire to get rid of you is a good idea. We'll just wait. And whoops, that was the wrong button. Just spinning around for a moment there with the sword. Much better. And we'll just, actually we could just do this. Much better. Waiting a tiny bit longer. The eye doesn't know what's happening. I will tell you what's happening, Mr. Eye. You are soon going to die. Excellent. Let's re-equip the Morning Star and solve this very simple puzzle. We have to smash away to here so that we can move past this water, and then we need to step on this one to open the door. We don't need to use the ice spell for anything. Here are some more easy to defeat enemies. And a few hits to you, and you are gone. And there's nothing there. Fair enough. Here is a room with one enemy, and that enemy is gone. Moving forward, there's an enemy. Actually, two enemies. There are the pumpkin foes that tend to tell you that there is a way that you can smash through the walls, but we're going to pretend we didn't see that, and we're going to head this way first, as there is something very important this way, surely. The answer is one easy-to-defeat enemy, and beyond this easy-to-defeat enemy is a room with nothing in it. Yes, indeed, this dungeon loves to throw rooms with nothing in it as your reward. There is nothing to smash through here, nothing here, and nothing here, and just to double check, we shall be more central. There is nothing here, but some enemies to defeat, which is fine, I suppose. But we'd rather make progress, which means that we're going to go back to the room with the pumpkins and move on. And the pumpkins are back, and they drop items that I really don't want. We don't want any pillows, so we're just going to smash this here and move on to an area where we're going to have to be very careful. I'm equipping the Thunder Spear here for one reason in particular, and double checking that I have Cure for the same reason. Because, as we try to cross this bridge, suddenly a boss with a giant Kraken. There is no build up to this, it's just like, hey, giant Kraken time! And the Kraken doesn't have a very difficult attack pattern, it's just avoid the attacks. Unfortunately, the attacks really hurt, and I think you have to hit it in the head, and it waits. There we go. Just to confirm, you have to hit it in the head. It will wait a while before it attacks. It has a very unpredictable attack pattern, and it hits really hard. So we're just gonna have to be very careful. There we go, just throw spears every now and again. And if we get hit, we just need to heal immediately, and make sure we're at full health before we attack. The Kraken is a really unextraordinary boss, and we're going to, you can also be quite safe over here as well. Oh, careful. And we'll just throw a spear there. The Thunder Spear is really good. The Wind Spear would also work. Anything with a large amount of range will work really well against, careful, against the Kraken. And we just got to wait a little while longer. This, by the way, I don't think is the Guardian that Sibba was referring to. I think there are multiple... Careful. There are multiple bosses in this dungeon. Need to hit you a few times. And move over here. Excellent. We're running out of MP, but we'll gain more MP later. And we have plenty of X-Ethers if we need to use one. The Blood Sword would be quite handy here, but we don't have that, so we're just going to have to rely on my ability not to take damage, and to fight bosses very slowly and carefully. You know, if you had some sort of ranged attack, you'd do better than how you did just then. Defeated the Kraken. Our reward is being able to move further in the dungeon. Over to here. Do you remember here? This is an area that we've walked by before on Chocobot. This is the Undersea volcano. Let me just get rid of these enemies. There we go. Aha! You are gone. Just stay right there, would you? Oh, and I missed. Because you stayed exactly there and just moved upwards. Not... Ooh, clever. You ducked away from danger there. And you're so far away that I'm just going to let you live. We want to go this way. We can take care of you, though. Excellent. We want to go into here. We also want to save, because if there's any dungeon that's going to kill me, it might be this one, because it's full of some really tricky enemies. For instance, there are these flying enemies that take multiple hits from the Thunder Spear. Not good. Do these enemies even take damage from the Thunder Spear? Let's find out. Yes, they do, which is good, because I don't want to know what they do when they hit you. I want to know what loot they have, though. There are some enemies at the very end of the game that have a chance to drop weapons and armor. Specifically armor, I think. Alright, we'll get some more power, become even more mighty, and let's drop some things so that we can pick that up. I think we want to get rid of the X-Cure here, and pick up an X-Ether. Far more valuable. Let's move on. More of the same enemies. We can deal with more of the same enemies. They can burrow into the ground, though, which makes fighting them a little bit more difficult. Just generally keeping track of them is the hard part. That's okay, because this foe isn't really that hostile at the moment. It's not beelining to us, well, about as much as any enemy in this game beelines to you. None of them do, and I don't think destroying any of these will net us anything. Here is yet another room that has an obvious, and I mean obvious, wall that you have to mattock. Hey, do we need to mattock this? I don't know. Why don't we put those pumpkin enemies there that always seem to herald you having to do that? What is over there that's important? One of two things. Either a way forward or something nice to loot. Or alternatively, as the previous dungeon told us, absolutely nothing. So we're going to have a look, and then we'll move forward. Anything in here that's any good? The answer is this could very well be a way forward. So we're going to be a little bit careful. We can always come back here if we need to. I don't think the way is blocked when we finish this dungeon. Unlike the way towards the Castle Glaive, where the bridge collapsed. I mean, we can't go back there to get the blood sword right now. And I'm not even sure this weapon is hitting. It's not doing any damage, so, well, not a lot of damage anyway, so let's switch to a different weapon. There we go, that seems to be doing much better. There we are, if in doubt, just switch to a different weapon. I'm sure it'll do fine. I think this is... Oh, we are now stone. Not good. We need a way to take care of these enemies. I know how to take care of these enemies. Fireballs! Always a good idea. And now we are no longer petrified. We really want to... do we want that item? I don't know. I don't think we actually do. It's unlikely to be anything that we really want, although that said, if we have an X cure, we can throw that away, because if we have X ethers, they're just as good. There we go, 1 X ether. And here is the room that we just decided not to go into, and instead we went this way. Does that mean that there is something in here? Oh, another X ether. Always nice. Might as well grab another one, eh? We'll just throw away this, and this is when I seriously regret not having X cures for some reason. So there's nothing there. Aha! There was a reason to come in here, and that is because of that wall. Let's just destroy that wall and see what is over here. Aha! A puzzle. And we need to actually use the sickle! The sickle finally has a purpose. Let's just do that, and it does nothing. The sickle can hit these enemies. I really don't see a reason why you'd want to hit them with the sickle when you have something like the Thunder Spear. Like this! Aha! And unfortunately that didn't work. But you moved... Oh dear! Oh dear! This is bad. Dodge! Masterful dodging there. Do not get hit when you are a Moogle. That is a bad thing. Also, the Thunder Spear does not work against the magicians. Well noted. We'll just use this instead. There we go. We'll just destroy this selection of enemies. And see... Oh, clever blocking there with the shield. But unfortunately, didn't help you that much. Let's get rid of these bits of scenery with the sickle. And that doesn't do anything. I have a theory, and it's not a nice one. Maybe we need to use the ice spell to... maybe we do. If we use the ice spell to create things that we can put on there, maybe we can solve that puzzle. And not surprisingly, the sickle does nothing there. That enemy laughed at us for trying to use the sickle. The sickle is a perfectly fine weapon that I don't think ever gets an upgrade. Ever. I don't remember it getting one anyway. We'll just defeat these foes here. And maybe now that this is, we have to open this up again, maybe the enemies would have reappeared. The answer is no. We need to move quite a distance away for the enemies to reappear. Or maybe we only get one chance at that, and I've completely blown it. Either way, we're going to move a significant distance away and then try and use the ice magic. We need to make sure that we have an ideal situation to do so for a start. I think this might be far enough away, because we have to defeat this enemy, smash through here again, and defeat no enemies in here, but of course there'll be enemies in here. Maybe it's the fact that when there is a secret wall, there are always enemies in the room. Maybe that's it. And these enemies have reappeared. Right, let's use the ice spell. Actually, let's use the sickle first to get rid of the scenery. Seems like a good idea. There we go, we'll just do that, and this. Brilliant. And what we need to do is we need to, well, first we need to get rid of one of these enemies. We'll get rid of the magician, because the magician is most certainly the dangerous one. Need to be very careful about this. Oh, and I accidentally got rid of that enemy too, so we need to go back out, back in, and that is a poor placement of enemies. Or is it? Let's try this again, shall we? First, we'll use the... Actually, will the flame chain get rid of the magician? The answer is... we just need you to move a little bit away. No, it will not. Blast. We're really going to have to be careful with the Morning Star, aren't we? Yes, we are. Precision attacks here, Kiko. Precision attacks. And be very careful about the fact that... actually, that would be a pretty perfect place to... use the, oh, never mind, you are heading this way, and now you are dead. Much better. Much better. We're going to, use the sickle once more. 51 attacked with the sickle, it's really not that powerful. We're going to, uh-oh, now we are blind. That really doesn't matter, though. We're just going to, while we are blind, use ice to great accuracy, and turn you into a snowman. And push you onto there. I hope this is the solution. We're just going to push you a little bit because we can. That is something that the game lets you do. Also, we're equipped with the sickle, which is fine. We need to get past you. There we go. Wait for you to head over to here because we can't do anything while you're... Okay, you're heading over here, but I really want you to... There we go. We'll just... oh, nope, never mind. That did not work. If you'd like to move over here, Soldier of Glaive, there we go, and you are also a snowman. Our reward is some stairs down. Excellent. This may lead immediately to the boss. I may have already figured out where the boss is. There is only one way to find out, and that is to equip the cure magic, heal up, and save. May have already discovered the solution to finding where the enemy is. No! Here are some enemies and a door. That's fine, we can move through a door. Is the door locked? Only one way to find out, and that is not to throw a spear there. Still don't know what that enemy does apart from deal a fair amount of damage. Through the door we go! And in here is even more dungeon. But will this dungeon lead to... Okay, how do you get through that? It just hurts an awful lot. Noted! We're going to need to defeat these enemies very carefully and go through there last, because oh dear, is that going to hurt. Maybe we don't even need to go through there. Maybe this is where you need to go if you've done something wrong. We're going to find out soon enough. One more hit. You gone? You are gone and you dropped something. We actually have to drop an item to move past because you can't destroy chests that have items in them. An X-Ether, however, always a nice replacement for an X-Cure. Hello! Have a spear! And have another one. Excellent. Over here is an area where we can go down. Might as well do that. This might not be the way we want to go. Over the, that bubbling liquid that I imagine is meant to be lava. I can't imagine it being anything else. That may be where we want to go. It may be where loot is. But either way, more wisdom, more MP, more power, and an even faster filling will bar. Also, here are some really easy enemies. Really easy. Is there a reason to be in here at all? These enemies take one hit from the spear. For a change, we found a weapon that's really good against them. Nothing here. Nothing here. We're going to have to walk over that lava, aren't we? Nothing here. Blast. Well, over the lava we go, unless there's something over here that we can use to, nope, no hidden route there, and, no hidden route there. I suppose we're just heading over the lava. Are we gonna have to fight a dragon? I get the feeling there's a dragon somewhere in this game. It may be later on, but we're probably going to have to fight a dragon. But also, remember when I said the Lich was an optional boss? I don't think it is. Somebody mentioned that you have to use Nuke to open up the door to one of the dungeons, so you'd have to fight the Lich eventually. There are no enemies here. I'm going to save because I'm not confident that I'll be able to survive this. That is a lot of damage. But what lies beyond this door? We shall find out next time. For when we come back, folks, Jim will continue to explore the Undersea volcano and hopefully walk through far less lava than he just did. Walking through any lava is bad news, but I get the feeling there's going to be even more by the time we're done in here. Even more lava. It's just not Jim's day, is it? So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.